Right now at 5, major breaking news involving the death of that 7-year-old Jacksonville girl, that innocent little girl, shot in the head on the west side.
So here's what we know at this hour. Police say 2 suspects, Stanley Harris III and also Trevante Phoenix, are off the streets and in jail, charged with the shooting death. Phoenix, a juvenile, is being charged as an adult. A 3rd suspect is still out there. So his photo, it just popped up right there in the lower right corner of your screen. We're going to keep that up during the entire newscast.
And what you just saw was our cameras were rolling as one of the suspects, Harris, made his first court appearance today. That was his picture facing a judge from video earlier today.
And we broke the news that these suspects were in custody, sending out a push alert to users of our First Coast News app around 1:30 this afternoon.
7-year-old Heidy Rivas Villanueva died Saturday when she was struck by a stray bullet during a nearby shooting.
So this all happened on 103rd Street over on Jacksonville's west side. Police say that shooting happened during a robbery disguised as a gun deal. Right now, authorities are hunting for another suspect in this case, Abrion Price. A $5,000 reward is being offered for information leading to his arrest. So take a close look at him. Tonight, we have live team coverage for you. Our Bethany Anderson is standing by with the family's emotional response to the news. But we begin with On Your Side's Ken Amaro for the latest.
That's correct, Anthony. Here at the Police Memorial Building today, detectives were in the room just before the news conference, and many of them look exhausted, but you could see on their face they were wearing a smile of relief, a sigh of relief, because for the last 48 hours or so, they've been working around the clock trying to find the person or persons who may be responsible for the death of that 7-year-old. And today they did. Now, Sheriff Mike Williams told the news conference that the video that was released earlier helped investigators crack the case. One of the suspects in that video is Trevante Phoenix, and he saw himself and came into the Police Memorial Building on Monday for an interview. And according to Mr. Williams, Phoenix then identified the other man in the video as Abrion Price. Williams says, as you stated a second ago, the 2 were involved in selling a gun but decided to rob the buyer instead. And that led to a shootout with Stanley Harris, who was the accomplice with the buyer.
So as Phoenix and Price were attempting to flee the scene of the robbery, Harris opened the driver's door of a black Kia that he was in and started firing rounds at Phoenix and Price. Phoenix returned fire during this exchange. That exchange tragically resulted in the victim, Heidy, being struck in the head by one of the bullets.
Now, Sheriff Williams says investigators have been able to determine that 13 bullets were fired, that the fatal shot came from the direction of Stanley Harris, and again that the video did play a role because it generated more than 100 tips. Harris and Phoenix are now in custody facing murder charges. Abrion Price is still at large, and as you stated a second ago, the Florida Sheriff's Association has now pledged $5,000 for any information that would lead to his arrest.